Next point within pressure we are going to see is measurement of pressure. Within this we are going to see the instruments by which we can measure the pressure. So there are two instruments we are going to study. So that instruments are named as pressure gauges, vacuum gauges or pressure meters. So see, instruments used to measure pressure are called pressure meters, pressure gauges or vacuum gauges. Okay, the first instrument we are going to see is mercury barometer. The diagram is here, mercury barometer. So see, an instrument that measures atmospheric pressure is called barometer. Generally it is known as barometer. But in this instrument we are going to use mercury to measure the atmospheric pressure. So it is named as mercury barometer. Okay. See, so one of the first barometer was Italian scientist Torricelli. He is founded or created. So this is called as mercury barometer, and this vacuum is named by his name, Torricelli vacuum. Okay, so the construction of this mercury barometer we are going to see. So a glass tube of about 1 meter length and a diameter of about 1 centimeter is filled with mercury up to its brim. So it is filled by mercury up to its brim. Okay, brim means one kind of mark is there. So up to that mark it has been filled. It is then quickly moved into a small dish container containing mercury. Again it is dipped in the container. See, this is the container and this is the tube, glass tube, which has been dipped into this container. Okay, the level of mercury in the glass tube lowers as some mercury spills in the dish. The level of mercury, this will drop down, because there is some pressure downside to this liquid. So this will lower down in the, and it will this mercury inside the tube will come into the dish. Okay, so lowers the level of mercury in the glass tube, lowers as some mercury spills in the dish. Okay, a gap is created between the surface of mercury in the glass tube. This gap will get created then. Okay, previously the tube is filled, totally filled. Then this mercury is lowered down. Then here vacuum is been created. Okay, the gap is been created. A gap is been created between the surface of mercury in the glass tube and the closed end of the glass tube. This is the closed end of the glass tube and this is the gap. Okay, then the gap does not contain any air and it is called Torricelli's vacuum. This is called now Torricelli's vacuum. See, this is called now Torricelli's vacuum. It does contain some mercury vapors only. It does contain only some mercury vapors. So this is all about mercury barometer. Okay, here first point is over about the construction of mercury barometer. The second point within the construction, the pressure at the upper end of the mercury column inside the tube is 0 because there is a vacuum. So pressure at the point such as A is PA is equal to 0. So we can see here, see the point A. Here is the point A. Here the pressure is 0. Okay, and let us consider the point C on the mercury surface in the dish and another point B inside the tube at the same horizontal level as that of the same horizontal level as that of the point C. So B and C are at the same level. We can see in the diagram C. Here the point B inside the tube and point C outside the tube and at the surface of the mercury which is in the container. So all these pressures lie at the same level, so they are equal. So pressure at B, pressure at C and pressure at this C are equal. Okay, that only they are telling you. Fourth point is, see, the pressure at C is equal to the atmospheric pressure P0 because it is open to the atmosphere. C is at the surface of the mercury which is in the container. So it is open to the atmosphere and the pressure at C will be the atmospheric pressure. As point B and C are at the same horizontal level, the pressure at B also will be equal to C. Okay, also equal to the atmospheric pressure P0. So PB is equal to P0. Now fifth point is, suppose the point B is at the depth H below the point A and rho is the density of the mercury. Then suppose, again I am reading, see, suppose the point B at a depth H below a point A and rho is the density of mercury. Then the pressure at B will be greater than PA at A because A is at the top, B is downside. Then pressure will be more at B than A, point A. So by this quantity H rho G, where H is the height, that is the height from A to B to A, and rho is the density of the mercury and G is the acceleration due to gravity. So by this much quantity, the pressure at B and pressure at A will differ. Okay, pressure at B will be more because it is downside and pressure at A will be less. If I add the H rho G to pressure at A, we will get the pressure at B. Now pressure at A is 0. Okay, because there is a vacuum above A and PB is equal to P0. Therefore PO is equal to H rho G, where H is the length of the mercury column in the mercury barometer. So you have to remember that the atmospheric pressure is generally expressed as length of the mercury column in the mercury barometer. So simply we can remember that the atmospheric pressure is generally expressed as the length of mercury column in the mercury barometer. So P atmosphere is always 76 centimeter of mercury. Hg is mercury and 760 millimeter of mercury. 760 centimeter is nothing but 76 centimeter is nothing but 760 millimeter of mercury. Another unit for measuring the pressure is torque. 1 torque is equal to 1 millimeter of Hg. Okay, that is here 760 torque. This much pressure is there. Okay, atmospheric pressure is there. Next to this, see, next instrument, that is next meter to measure the atmospheric pressure is mercury open tube. Open tube manometer. This is the second instrument to measure the pressure. This is the second meter to measure the pressure. So a manometer consists of U-shaped tube partially filled with low density liquids such as water or kerosene. So previously we have filled mercury, here we have filled water or kerosene. Okay. Now that is the pressure at points such as A, Pa is equal to 0 there in mercury barometer. But here, see, this helps in the having a large level difference between the level of liquid in two arms of the manometer. Why? Because the U shape is there and it is partially filled with low density liquid such as water and kerosene. This will help in having a large level difference between the level of liquid in two arms of the manometer. So this is one arm, this is second arm. So if there is a difference between the level of the liquid, okay, we can create the large difference between the level of the liquid within the two arms of the manometer. So in figure, this 2.14 is showing that open tube manometer. Here open end is there, so they have called open tube manometer. One arm of the manometer is open to the atmosphere, that is this arm. This arm is open to the atmosphere and the other is connected to the D, of which the pressure P is to be measured. From here we are going to measure the pressure. Okay. So see,